Every wall socket on Earth does the exact same job. Push electrons down a wire. That's it. So explain this. You fly from New York to London. Your charger doesn't fit. Sydney doesn't fit. Rio doesn't fit. There are around 15 different plug shapes in use right now. 15 answers to a question with one job description. Nobody planned this. It's what happens when the whole world electrifies at once and nobody's in charge. This is a 100-year coordination failure. With a wartime metal shortage, a plug built like a tank, and one moment where the whole world almost agreed on a single plug and walked away. Let's plug in. Here's what nobody tells you. The plug wasn't invented when electricity was. For decades, anything electric was wired straight into the wall. Moving a lamp meant unscrewing live wires. Then, 1904, Harvey Hubble of Connecticut patents the separable attachment plug. The story goes he watched a janitor in a penny arcade fight to disconnect electric games, one screw terminal at a time. Hubble's idea: 2 flat blades. Push in, pull out. Done. The world had its chance. One design. Everyone could have just used it. Instead, every country built its own grid, its own engineers, its own pride. Germany patented a different plug. Britain chose round pins in 3 sizes. France added a grounding pin nobody else used. By 1930, the world hadn't chosen a plug. It had chosen all of them. Now let's talk about the British plug, the one that looks like it could survive a car crash. Because it kind of was designed to. It's 1945. Britain is rebuilding from the Blitz, thousands of homes, fast. But there's a problem. The war drained the country's copper. Wiring every socket back to the fuse box the old way? Too much metal. Britain literally could not afford its own electrical system. So engineers got creative. They invented the ring circuit, one loop of wire feeding many sockets using around 30% less copper. One catch: a ring carries more current than any single appliance cord can handle. Solution? Put a fuse inside every single plug. That's why UK plugs are huge. There's a fuse in there. Then they added shutters so kids can't stick things in, and shaped the pins so they fit nothing else on Earth. On purpose. The UK plug isn't over-engineered. It's a wartime shortage, solved so hard it became permanent. Okay, different shapes. Annoying, but that's what adapters are for, right? Wrong. The real trap is behind the socket. Roughly half the world runs around 230 volts. Most of the Americas around 120. An adapter changes the plug's shape. It does nothing about the voltage. Plug a 120-volt hairdryer into a 230-volt socket, and it gets double the voltage it was built for. Motors burn, elements glow, sometimes things catch fire. And the absurd part, the shapes don't even map to the voltages. Same shape, different voltage. Different shape, same voltage. There is no logic, only history. Stacked on history. Every incompatible socket on Earth is a border drawn in copper. A 100-year-old decision nobody remembers making, that you're still paying for. Here's the ending nobody knows. The universal plug already exists. Designed in 1986, the International Electrotechnical Commission created IEC 609061, one safe, compact plug for the entire 230-volt world. Sleek, grounded, shuttered. The plan? Europe adopts it, the world follows. Europe looked at it and shelved it in the 90s. The math was brutal. Hundreds of millions of buildings, billions of sockets, every appliance cord on the continent. The cost of fixing the mess had grown bigger than the mess. Only Brazil and South Africa really adopted it. The universal plug became just plug type 15. And here's the twist. The plugs were only half the divorce. The world also split on the electricity itself. Half the planet's power pulses 60 times a second. The other half, 50. Same current, different heartbeat. That story, next episode.